Del Rio, Texas, the CDR-24 Severe Weather Center has been activated. Please stand by for a message from your local meteorologist, Alexander Menchaca, after these messages. The following weather alert is brought to you by Texas Heritage Real Estate, helping people find a place to call home while specializing in property management, farm and ranch, residential, and commercial. Texas Heritage Real Estate is your property partner in Texas. Lone Star Vitality, the perfect combination of knowledge and great products. A new way to improve your health. Lone Star Vitality has some of the best prices in town and has the best variety of hemp and CBD products. Border Federal Credit Union, supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals. Border FCU is your trusted partner for checking accounts, loans, investments, and much more. Comfort Tech Service Now. When it comes to ensuring the comfort and safety of your home, you need a reliable service provider that you can trust. Comfort Tech Service Now in Del Rio, Texas offers a comprehensive range of HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services tailored to meet your needs. Texas Construction Company and Handyman Services, offering a variety of services for commercial and residential locations. From painting and tile work to cabinets and rental services, Texas Construction Company is there for you. We'll be right back after these messages.
When your home needs expert care, Comfort Tech Service Now is here for you. And whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical services, we've got you covered with skilled technicians ready to handle any issue. With our fixed right or it's free, your satisfaction is our top priority. From routine maintenance to emergency repairs, we're here ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe.
Service Now!
Call Comfort Tech Service Now, where your home's comfort is always our mission.
At Texas Heritage Real Estate, we believe in creating real connections. We are not just a team. We are a small, passionate family that treats every client as if they were our own. Texas Heritage Real Estate specializes in residential and commercial real estate transactions. We work closely with our clients, providing them with a personalized approach to their real estate needs. Experience the difference of working with a team that truly enjoys what they do and builds real connections with their clients. Texas Heritage Real Estate, helping people find a place to call home. This is breaking news, live from the Connect Del Rio Studios with meteorologist Alexander Menchaca. And now, your weather alert. Here's a message from the National Weather Service. You're watching CDR-24 Severe Weather Center.
Good evening, Del Rio. This is meteorologist Alexander Menchaca, and we are live here at Connect Del Rio Studios, CDR-24, bringing you the latest winter weather forecast here for Del Rio. and the surrounding communities. Before we get started, we want to let you know if you have a question or want me to answer any questions regarding this event, please leave a comment on the comment section. We will be looking at that after the presentation, and we will hopefully be answering any questions you may have when we're done with our presentation here. So let's get started here. So let's go ahead and look at what we know and what we don't know. As meteorologists, we take a lot of pride in knowing and providing the information to you locally and being able to give you what we know as far as the forecast. Now, wintry forecasts in Texas, if you notice, have changed almost hourly. Different products have been revealing different things. Accumulation totals have been varying from side to side. So let's go ahead and get you caught up on what we do know. So what we do know is that we are looking that the next 4 days are going to be freezing here around the county. When I talk about the county, that means Valverde County, Caney County, Edwards County, Maverick County, all the surrounding counties around Del Rio. When we talk about the cities, that's going to include Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Brackettville, Lantry, Comstock, Rock Springs. Those are going to be the counties that we're looking at, as well as all the county warning area, as well the metroplexes. They're going to be below freezing for the next 4 days. We know that already. The other thing that we know is that there's a cold weather advisory that's in effect, has already been in effect since yesterday into today. Because of that weather advisory, we are going to expect wind gusts to increase overnight, and also that wind chill. That wind chill is going to play a big factor. We're going to talk about that. Remember, the wind chill is a lot like the heat index here in South Texas. It's how it feels outside. You know, temperature may be revealing one thing, but when we talk about the wind chill, it's going to be how it actually feels when you're out there, you know, experiencing that weather. The next thing that we're going to look at is the weather advisory that's in effect currently. We have a winter weather advisory that's in effect from 6 p.m. today to 6 p.m. tomorrow, and we're going to talk about how when we're in a winter weather advisory, it talks about the possibility for wintry precip to occur around that area and the possibility of some light accumulations, and that's what we're going to be discussing in our presentation here. The other thing that we do know for sure is that there is going to be some sort of precipitation. The precipitation chances are going to increase after midnight. We know that that low has been moving slowly into the state of Texas from the south. That just goes to show you that cloud cover that moved in the later portion of the day today. We have a beautiful satellite imagery. We're going to show you that, but that's what we do know. Now let's talk about the unknowns, right? Or what I like to call the things that we're going to be doing a nowcasting. You have forecasting and you have nowcasting. Nowcasting is when you're looking at the event from minute to minute. What we don't know is where is that location of precipitation going to develop? What type of precip is it going to be? Is it going to be freezing rain? Is it going to be snow? And also, where are we going to see the accumulation of that precip? When I talk about accumulation, that means that anything that falls, where is it going to fall and stick? Those are the things that we need to iron out, and we are going to be looking very intensely for the next 24 hours. Now let's look at that satellite imagery. We have a satellite imagery here showing you all the state of Texas. This was taken roughly around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You see that beautiful low beginning to move from the southern portion of Texas all the way into the state. And with that, you even see the cloud cover. That cloud deck is slowly pushing into the state of Texas. It was actually engulfing Valverde County and Del Rio roughly about 4 or 5 o'clock. You saw it completely get cloudy. And that cloud deck is continuing to push a little bit to the north. And with that is the moisture. The moisture is going to continue to feed in from the south. And after midnight, we are going to start seeing the development of some precipitation that could transition into wintry mix. Now let's look at the live radar. Now this is a radar imagery from Radar Scope, and as you can see in Uvalde, we already have some light echoes on returning from this radar. What does that mean? That means that you are starting to see now some, drizzle, some light mist, and that is the game changer, I think. A lot of hype gets into, is it going to snow? Is it going to sleet? But what happens is when you're so cold and you know the whole area is going to be below freezing, this mist can really do some havoc on the road. And that's what I feel is going to be the key that we're going to be looking into tonight. That's going to be the factor. But right now, light mist is occurring right now around Uvalde. We're expecting that light mist to continue to develop as we look into the midnight hours. But that's what we're going to be looking at tonight as we go into the latter portions of the evening and overnight. So let's go and look at what warnings we have currently. Right now, currently, we are overcast in Del Rio. That cloud deck did move on through. It is in the upper 30s, 39. You can really feel that cold weather when you go outside. We do have a cold weather advisory. It's the same cold weather advisory that was in effect yesterday. The only difference that you can see now is that cold weather advisory now is engulfing the whole county warden area, even parts of northwest Texas, and it's accompanying basically all the southeastern portion of the counties of Texas as well. What does the cold weather advisory mean? Basically, what it means is that the wind chill values are going to be rather low. When you're outside and you feel that cold air hit you, you are going to feel temperatures feeling in the teens in the Rio Grande area, which is the Rio Grande Plains, which is going to be around, Valverde County, Maverick County, and around I-35. You are also going to feel that, really cold weather as well, as temperatures are expected to be in the 10 to 15 degree mark as far as wind chill. What can you do to help yourself if you are outdoors, right? Well, you can, dress warm. You can wear that extra jacket. You also want to check on, people sensitive to cold weather, pets. You want to get that heater on. Those are some ways that you can help, and the National Weather Service did a good job revealing that in the graphic to be able to get you prepared for the next couple of days. So also, we have a winter weather advisory in effect. This winter weather advisory went into effect at 6 p.m. tonight, and it's going to last till 6 p.m. Tuesday tomorrow. Now, as I step out, I can kind of show you the two different, winter kind of warnings we have here. We have the winter storm warning that's in effect in the southeastern portion of Texas. That's going to be, San Antonio, along the Houston area, along the coastal line. As you can see, the difference in the winter storm warning is that they are already anticipating accumulations of sleet, snow, freezing rain to be above half an inch or greater. Now, for Valverde County, we are in the winter weather advisory. That's the same for Caney County. That's the same for Rock Springs. That's the same for Eagle Pass. And with a winter weather advisory, it basically lets you know that there's a possibility for wintry mix, and the accumulations may be light or isolated. But like I was saying earlier, when it's freezing and it's below freezing overnight, just a little accumulation of anything can really cause some havoc. So that just prompted the National Weather Service to issue that winter weather advisory. That winter weather advisory extends all the way from Valverde County all the way to Hondo and along the Highway 90 corridor as well. So let's look at tonight's lows, right? Tonight, we are expected Del Rio to be 29. It's going to be roughly cold. It is also going to be in the mid to upper 20s in the northern portion of the county as well. Eagle Pass will be around 30 degrees Fahrenheit as well. Basically, the whole county warden area, if I step out, is going to be below freezing. And this is why you see those massive warnings, watches, because anything that falls is going to be highly vulnerable to stay overnight and accumulate. The other thing too is that the wind gusts, as this low continues to push in from the south, we are going to see wind gusts about 20 miles per hour, 15 to 20 miles per hour consistently, maybe some 20 mile per hour wind gusts. That is going to start occurring overnight after midnight. Now let's look into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, this is roughly around 9 a.m., you're going to see Del Rio around the 30 degree mark. We will still be freezing around 9 a.m. We are also going to have a cloud deck over this area, meaning it's going to remain cloudy. We're not going to see that sun pop out maybe into the latter portion of the day, Tuesday. And with that, it's going to keep things relatively cold. It looks like Valverde County, Caney County, Maverick County, and Uvalde County are all going to remain below freezing, at least in the early portions of the morning. And this is why I would highly advise you that if you need to be outdoors during this time, if you need to travel during this time, you want to take your time driving. Anything that accumulates, freezing rain, a mist, sleet, snow, anything like that will be accumulated for the early portions of the morning. So make sure you are taking, extreme precautions during that time. As well as when we talk about wind speeds, tomorrow's wind speeds may be the bigger story than anything. If we do not get a single drop or a single accumulation of any type of precip, then the wind chills for sure will be a factor tomorrow, and that's something we can for sure start planning for. The wind chills will be in the teens around the Rio Grande Plains. That's going to be around Del Rio around 14, Eagle Pass around 15, and Carrizo around 15. Rock Springs will be in the single digits around 3 degrees, and looks like Uvalde will be around 13 as well. We talk about wind chill. Remember, wind chill is how it will feel outside. When you step outdoors, kind of like the heat index, just with the colder weather, when you step outdoors and you feel that wind hit you, it is going to be a lot colder than the temperature is indicating. And this is a nice little graphic that we borrowed from the News 4 WOHI weather station, as they do a really good job, and we shout out for them to, providing this great product for us to present to you. Now let's look at the timing. This is probably something that you've been waiting for, something to kind of see what the models are doing, to get a timing of what's occurring, right? So this is a weather model that starts around midnight, around 10 to 11 p.m. And as you can see, most of the southeastern portion of Texas, south central Texas, are going to be the biggest hitters, which makes sense because we saw that winter weather warning from them. National Weather Service is really highly confident that they're going to be hammered, right? Now, the areas that we highlighted, Val Verde County, Del Rio, Caney County, Maverick County, the areas that were in the winter weather advisory, as you can see, have the potential for some sort of precip to occur early, midnight, around 1 a.m. And then what happens, it quickly dishes to the south. Now, I want to make sure you're perfectly clear with this. I usually don't like to fall in love with, projective models. Remember, this is just a forecast. The model does a good job showing you what could occur, but what actually occurs can be completely different. To give you an example, the model earlier was not showing, those little light mist echoes that we're seeing right now in Uvalde, meaning that if the radar is showing you that maybe the southern tip of Val Verde County is getting affected by possibly snow, that just tells me as a meteorologist that precipitation around this area will be possible. So you want to make sure you are staying weather aware tonight into tomorrow morning to see what actually occurs. But this timing is going to be around midnight into maybe around 3 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, weather models are showing that rain is a possibility, but as you can see with the blue, tint of precipitation here, some light flurries will be possible. Now, here's the other thing I want to make sure you're perfectly clear with too, is that just because we have this precip fall doesn't mean it will accumulate. So that's the uncertainty when I talk about that. We know some sort of precip may be around the area. We know that the chances are going to increase over midnight, but where does it develop and where does it accumulate? That's the question that we're going to be following here. So what should you do to prepare for this, right? What can you be, to make any preparations? You always want to do the 4 Ps, like we say, people, pets, pipes, and plants. Those are something that's just the norm here during the cold time all across the United States and in Texas. Make sure you take care of those. And as well as if you need to be driving, if you need to go to work or just need to, drop things off, check on that somebody to make sure that they're okay, you want to take it slow. The National Weather Service came up with a really good slogan of the ice and snow, take it slow. One thing that I saw that was really, really awesome is that, when you're cleaning your vehicle and you have ice on your vehicle, you tend to kind of like shave that ice with a debit card, credit card, or with an ice shaver, and you kind of throw that ice to the side. Because it's below freezing, that ice will stay there and accumulate. So you want to make sure you're not throwing any ice on the road or anywhere that's going to be vulnerable to, cause some havoc. And as well as, if you're driving on high overpasses in rural areas, like out by the lake, out by Highway 90, out by Val Verde Estates, you want to make sure that you are taking things slow tomorrow, at least for the more early portions of the morning. I'm going to be showing you how temperature will be getting a little bit above freezing as we get into the latter portions of tomorrow. But you just want to take it slow overall tomorrow just to be on the safe side. Now, another thing that you may be interested in too is the school district did pull out a press release indicating a 2-hour delay start that will happen tomorrow. Now, as you can see, all schools will be in a 2-hour start. If you are in elementary pre-K to 5th grade, students are required to be in campus by 9:50. So all staff will be required to be in campus by 9:30. Unless you are essential staff, you will remain in normal hours. If you are in middle school from 6th to 8th grade, all students are required to be on campus by 10:15, and all staff will be required to be on campus by 9:30. Of course, with those essential workers being there on normal hours as well. And all high school students are expected to be on campus by 10:10, and all staff expected to be there by 9:30. And if you are, again, essential personnel, your hours will be normal. Also, too, just to let you know, transportation, anything that the district offers will be in a 2-hour delay. So just expect a normal day tomorrow, just 2 hours later. That means that if you are riding that bus, you know, you can expect to be in that bus stop in that area just 2 hours later. And I believe every bus route will have its own route. But, you know, for any changes, make sure you follow all the district's social media accounts, as they do a good job posting any changes that occur. As well as resources, right? You know, if it gets really cold or you want to know what the city offers, the city does have their warming center going on. The warming center is currently ongoing for the next, looks like 2 days, from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. That's from the 19th to the 22nd. They do have transportation. That's a really cool thing. They did a really good job posting pictures of the transportation last night. If you are trying to get there and you need a ride, there's the contact number. That's 830-774-8690 during the regular hours. If you need to get there after hours, they even have contact numbers as well. Those are posted here in the graphic, as well as they do allow you to bring your toiletries, your clothing, but that's just one of the many resources that the city does offer during this time as well. So let's go and look at tomorrow's forecast. And as you can see, we are gonna keep things relatively cold here in Del Rio. Temperatures will be below freezing at 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. You know, it's gonna be mostly cloudy for the majority part of the morning. By 10 a.m., when you start seeing people going back to school or whatnot, we'll be slightly above freezing, just 2 degrees above it. It's gonna be windy for the most part of the day. By the time we get to the late afternoon, as you can see, we will be getting some sunshine. This system is gonna move on through and you should see the sun pop up, but it's gonna remain relatively cold tomorrow. I believe the high is only gonna be around 40, so make sure you are dressed pretty warm tomorrow. And this broadcast has been brought to you by Comfort Tech Service Now. And we're going to be checking if we have any questions.
So we do have a question. We have a question, I want to say, from Abel. He's asking what the temperature is going to be like at 4 a.m.
Cool. So we have Abel asking what the temperature will be around 4 a.m. Now, if I was looking right, our low tonight's going to be around 29. And I would think that the temperature will be around 30, 31. We will definitely be below freezing, that's for sure. And that's where the whole uncertainty happens. Because with that precip or even that light mist being around the area, we could see, you know, areas be highly vulnerable, you know, with the roads and whatnot. I would say that the areas that you really want to pay attention to are the rural areas. Lakeview, your bridges, your overpasses, those are the areas you want to make sure that you are, you know, careful if you need to be traveling around time. It's a great question. And we'll go to conclude our weather broadcast here. Remember, this weather information was brought to you by Comfort Tech Service Now. Follow Connect Del Rio and Del Rio Weather Alerts with your latest weather information. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good night.